Morning everybody. Now we'll discuss about the chapter 2 of history, the regional kingdoms of early medieval period in the Deccan region. In Deccan, the Rashtrakuta were the prominent. The Rashtrakuta founded their power in the leadership of Danti Durga, and their capital was Markir in modern day in Solapur in Maharashtra. They fought against the Gurjar Pratihar and Pallav and Pandyan Cholas. The famous Kailas temple at Ellora and the rock-cut caves of Elephanta were made by the Rashtrakuta kingdom or Rashtrakuta ruler. Now the other kingdom was the Yadavas of Devgiri. Bhilamba founded this kingdom in the 12th century, and this was a spread between the Narmada and Godavari river. Khalji rulers annexed this territory in the 14th century. Chalukya of Kalyani, Vikramanka was the greatest ruler of this dynasty, and he and his successor built many temples at Aihole, Badami, and Padakkal. Kakatiyas of Warangal, Warangal means Odisha. You see, in early 14th century, the kingdom was conquered the Sultan of Delhi, and they were the followers of Saivism and Jainism and Buddhism, and you say their kingdom was spread between the Godavari and Krishna river, and these rulers ruled 12th to the 13th century in the Deccan region. Faisal of Dwar Samudra, Yusunu, it spread over the present day of Karnataka, and Vishnuvardhan was the most powerful king of this dynasty, and ultimately the kingdom was absorbed by the Delhi Sultanate. Now we move to the South India. In the South India, you see that the Palwas was very prominent. We discuss about the Palwas in the class 6. In the 7th and 8th century, they ruled in the Tamil Nadu region, and Kanchi was the capital of Palwas, and they built many beautiful temples. In the 9th century, the Cholas defeated the Palwas and ended their rule. Pandyas ruled in the Madurai region, and Madurai was the important center of learning. Marco Polo visited Pandya's kingdom, and he has left a detailed account of his visit, and the kingdom declined in the 14th century. Now the most important kingdom of the south was the Cholas. Cholas, his capital was Tanjore, now called the Thanjavur, and Vizayalaya was the first Chola ruler. He ruled the region of the river Kaveri at the north, and Prakanta first conquered the Madurai from the Pandyas. He was also defeated by the Rashtrakuta kingdom, and Krishna III in the battle of Takkom in the 949. Rajendra Chola and Rajaraja Chola was the greatest ruler of the Cholas dynasty. Rajaraja Chola, which ruled 985 to the 1016. He was a brilliant commander. He defeated Pandyas and the Cheras. He built a strong naval army, and Rajendra Chola was the son of Rajaraja Chola, and he also fought many wars. He defeated the Palas and gained the title of Gangai Konda Chola, and he built a new capital of his kingdom. His name was Gangai Konda Cholapuram, and you say both was very brave and active, and Rajendra Chola spread their region to the northern parts of the India. Cultural achievements: Cholas were the great builders of temple. Most of the temples were built in the Dravidian style. The Brihadaswal temple at Thanjavur, the finest example of Chola's architecture, and now it is in the World Heritage sites. And you say that sculptures, the statue of the Nataraj, bronze image, the Lord Shiva was the finest example of the Chola's sculptures. Language and literature, you know that Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada was the most prominent language, and a lot of works were written in these languages. Administration, you know, kingdom was divided into provinces called Mandalam. Each Mandalam was governed by a governor. Mandalam was divided into the Valandas. Valandas means districts, and each districts contain the several Nadu. Nadu means village, and village was the lowest unit of administration. Local self-governing system was established, and village assembly, you know, in every village sabha exists, and you know, the local problems of the villagers were solved through these ur and sabha, and they were try to promote the facilities to the villagers and their life comfortable, you know. They built tanks, roads, maintain the temples, collecting taxes, settlement disputes, etc. Now we discuss about the agriculture irrigation expansion. The king was worried about the conditions of the farmers improved, so they improved the quality of land, and they maintain the facility of irrigation for the best agriculture. Water tanks or dams were also built for the irrigated unirrigated areas for best production, and the temples also responsible for the their subjects, because temple was rich. They not only for worship, they played a vital role, just like spread education, main centers of the cultural activity, and they provide a lot of facilities to the farmers. You know, temples were very prosperous and contain the very huge wealth and property. New philosophy of bhakti, and in this period the both Dvaitavad and Advaitavad developed in India. Shankaracharya preached the Advaitavad, and Ramanuj and Madhav were the other religious teachers that reformed the society. And you say that bhakti movement spread at this period, and you say the Shaivism and Vaishnavism also found in the South India. So these bhakti saints provide a way to the people. They devoted to their God and faith on God, and they curve the social problems through the knowledge and bhakti. One thing is prominent. What is important, knowledge or bhakti? So Shankaracharya believe in the knowledge, but other believe in the bhakti. So you see that both are important. They provide a way for the salvation. Okay, that's all.